All right, if you're a language teacher, I bet you know this feeling. Teaching listening, man, it can feel so abstract, so challenging. So often, what we design as a lesson ends up feeling more like a pop quiz. But what if there was a way to completely flip that script? What if we could transform listening from this passive, sometimes stressful activity into an active, engaging skill? Well, it turns out there's a surprisingly simple structure to do exactly that. It all comes down to a super simple, powerful framework. And get this, it's just 3 core stages. That's it. That's all it takes to revolutionize your listening lessons. So what are these magic 3 stages? Well, to make it really easy to remember, let's think of it like a fantastic 3-course meal. You've got your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert. Okay, first up, we have our pre-listening stage. This is our appetizer. And just like a real appetizer, its job isn't to fill you up. It's all about whetting the appetite and getting students ready and excited for what's coming next. And this is absolutely crucial. We are not teaching anything new here. Not yet. This is all about warming up their brains, getting those mental gears turning, and helping them connect what they're about to hear with what they already know. There's a fancy term for this. It's called activating their schema. But really, all that means is tapping into the mental library they already have on a topic. When we do that, we give them context, a kind of mental hook to hang the new information on, and it just dramatically boosts their understanding. And that's why this is so important. Because good listeners, well, they're actually good predictors. We're training our students to do more than just hear words. We're teaching them to anticipate, to make educated guesses about what they might hear next. Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we get them to start predicting? Turns out, 2 of the best tools in your toolbox are visual aids and some really simple leading questions. You would be amazed at what one good picture can do. I mean, check this out. You could show a picture of 2 people talking and just ask these basic questions. And here's the thing, there are no right or wrong answers. The whole point is just to get them thinking, talking, and making those predictions in the target language. And that's just one idea. There's a whole toolbox of other quick warm-ups you can pull from. You can set this scene for them, have them listen only for the general idea, or, and this is a great one, let them see the comprehension questions before they listen. The point is, it all comes back to that one goal, firing up their schema. All right, so once our students' appetites are whetted, it's time for the main course, the while listening stage. This is the heart of the lesson, where the real substantive engagement happens. And the absolute key word for this stage is purpose. We never, ever want our students to just listen. We need to give them a clear mission, something they are listening for. This simple shift turns passive hearing into focused, active listening. And this is where it gets really fun. There are so many creative tasks we can use that go way beyond just answer the questions. Have them listen to tick off items on a list, put pictures in the correct sequence, draw what they hear, or even act it out. It's all about genuine engagement, not just a memory test. Okay, but a really important word of caution here. We've all used listen and fill or gap fill exercises, right? They can be useful, but we have to be careful not to overdo it. Because if we use them too much, it sends a message that students need to understand every single word, which, let's be honest, is totally unrealistic and just creates anxiety. The focus should be on overall meaning. And that brings us to the final, delicious part of our meal, the dessert. This is the post-listening stage. This is where we move beyond just understanding the text and start to really reflect on it, integrate it, and apply it. And this is a question I think every teacher needs to ask themselves when they're planning this part of the lesson. Are we really testing their listening, or are we just testing their short-term memory? It's so easy to ask a question that just requires them to recall one tiny detail they heard 30 seconds ago. True understanding goes deeper. See, the best post-listening activities don't just stop. They build a bridge. They connect listening to the other crucial skills, like speaking and writing. This is the perfect chance to use the content they just heard as a launchpad for real communication. A really powerful example of this in action is a method called dictogloss. It's awesome. Check out how it works. After some prep, students listen to a short text, take notes, and then work together in small groups to try and reconstruct it from their shared memory. They're listening, writing, speaking, and negotiating meaning all in one amazing activity.
So, when you're thinking about your post listening dessert, just keep these three simple ideas in mind. First, be realistic. Don't ask for more detail than a native speaker would even remember. Second, ask questions that make them think and infer. And finally, try to move beyond those typical test style questions.
So, when you put it all together, the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert, what you get is more than just a lesson plan. It's a whole new way of thinking about teaching the skill. It's a fundamental shift. What's the big idea here? It's this. With this model, we're not just giving a test. We are teaching listening as an active, engaging process, not some passive memory quiz. We're showing them how to listen and giving them strategies that they can use for the rest of their lives. And that, right there, is the fundamental shift. When we focus on the process of listening, not just the result, not just the right or wrong answer, that's when we truly empower our students. That's when we help them become confident, independent listeners for life.